Hello, drivers. I see that we are live. If you can hear us, please let me know. Are you able to hear me properly? Are you able to see me properly? Please let me know. Let me just check if we are live in Tribe already. Yes, we are. This is going to be a very exciting session for today. So please make sure you have enough time. Grab a cup of tea and settle down. If you're able to hear me, please let me know in the comments. Is the video properly visible to you? All right. So if you're watching us, please click the like button. Let us know if you were looking forward to this session. And if you have any queries about Tiffin ideas, please let us know in the comments. We have a very special guest with us who is going to answer all our queries for you today. With that, let's begin with today's session. This session is one of the most demanded sessions on Tribe, and as always, Parent Tribe is there for your help. In today's session, we have with us Chinmayi Bhambure, who is a toddler mom. And the topic for today's session is everyday tiffin ideas. Chinmayi is a food blogger and an IT professional. Her daughter is 2.5 years old, and she has her own choices and preferences when it comes to food. And Chinmayi ensures that her meals are happy and healthy. You can follow Chinmayi on her Instagram handle, Chinmayi Reviews. Welcome to the session, Chinmayi. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you, Shweta. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone.
Also, to add on to everything, Chinmayi has been a SuperBottoms mom and has used all our products on her baby. So that is a cherry on the top, and we are so happy to have you with us, Chinmayi, today.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, Chinmayi, to begin with, can you please tell us what are some quick and easy tiffin recipes that can be prepared in advance?
Okay. So see, when we say tiffin, so it can be like for breakfast tiffin. So in the morning, usually some moms don't have much time to prepare their food. So what they
Yeah.
can do is in advance, they can stock up some food like muffins, like some waffles, and muffins, waffles, and again your homemade hummus, homemade Nutella as well. Yes, you can make your own Nutella as well. You don't need to buy the store kept Nutella for your babies. And again, we can have our leftover rice, which from which we can use, we can make rice tikis, and we can have leftover rotis as well. From them, we can use leftover roti laddus as well, whichever is nutritious for your kids. So these are some kind of recipes I would say which you can do well in advance, which will require very less time.
Right. And what are some of the hot favorites in your household?
So she loves waffles and muffins. So in
Great.
muffins also you can do multiple flavors like banana muffin, chocolate muffin, choco chip muffin as per your kid's choice. And in
Right.
waffle also, if I say waffle, there can be any number of things with which you can add in your waffle. It's not like waffle can be with whipped cream only. Waffle can be of carrot, waffle can be of broccoli, it can be made of spinach as well. So yeah, you
Great.
can twist and turn.
We already have so many nutritious ideas coming from you. So when we come to kids food, it is often very difficult to cater to their demands as well as nutrition together. So
Yes,
how do you suggest that we make nutritious meals for our kids tiffin, because they often demand a lot of snacks, a lot of sweets, and
yes.
parents are always struggling to inject as much nutrition as possible on every single step. So I'd love to hear from you how to do that.
Okay, so when we talk about tiffin, what I would recommend is that suppose your kid is 2, 3 years, 2.5, 3-year old. then they would be requiring tiffin for their breakfast. So then let's go for two compartment tiffin, and in that you can have one compartment specially for fresh fruits, any fresh fruit, whichever is. I would recommend. Let's try to incorporate seasonal fruits in their tiffin. It's good to have multiple variety of fruits for them, and one tiffin box for fruit, and another one can be of, say, paratha maybe. Then again, for paratha, there can be multiple things, multiple flavors which you can incorporate in paratha as well. So any food item plus fruits. Plus you can have finger items as well. For example, like makhanas and some jawar or wheat puff, which you can easily get in market. And you know better which brand works for you. You can go ahead with any of the brand who actually produce such jawar and wheat puffs and all. And yeah, so you can incorporate finger foods and fruits and your regular food in the tiffin. And if your kid is going to the school which requires lunch tiffin, then you can go for three compartment box tiffin. So in that you can add some ragi biscuits as well. So maybe for breakfast time he can have his biscuits and finger foods, and later on he can have the rest of the meal which is there, the fruits and the parathas, for example. So in
Right.
that sense, we'll have variety of foods. It's not like we are stuck into only one food item in the tiffin. So they'll have their own choice. If suppose today your kid is not in mood of having any food and he'll just eat his fruits, that's okay. So they're having their option as well, and you're also happy that your kid has had his food.
Right. Right. Yeah, great. I mean, I'm so happy that there are even millet cookies that we can now, as you mentioned already, that
Yes.
ragi cookies, and I'm sure we can make cookies from other millets as well, right?
Yes, and you can make it home. It's not like you just need to go out and buy it. You can make it home on Saturday, Sunday. You have time. You can make your own wheat cookies, ragi cookies. You can add some nuts powder in them all as well. So it's your cookie itself in is it's a whole meal altogether. So
Right.
you don't need to give something else as after one cookie and a glass of milk is enough.
Yes. Nutritious enough with a happy parent.
Yes, yes. You are also happy and your kid is also happy.
Very true. Also, Chinmay, can you suggest some creative ideas using like creative ways of presenting the food to a child using the regular food that we eat at home? Because wahi dal chawal, if we give the same rice and dal in a bowl, if we are giving the same roti and sabzi also in a plate, the child tends to get bored. So how can we make it creative and exciting for the child to eat the regular meals?
Okay, so for that, I have one trick. Make sure you buy different shape cookie cutters. So you'll have animal shaped cookie cutters, your triangle and square and circle heart shaped cookie cutters, and those you can use to make some pancakes, rotis, puris, and with the different shapes they get very excited. So for example, if I give my kid uh, a puri with a dino shaped if I give a dino shaped puri, she'll be eating it like anything. She'll love it because she loves dinos. And if I give it puri just like that, she'll say, no mama, I don't want this. So in this way you can trick your kids. And also when I say puri, you can give a spinach puri and carrot puri, beetroot puris. So in that sense, the shapes will actually have a great part when we say creative ideas or so. And even yeah, waffle, as I said earlier, waffle also it's a nice way to play around with your food items. Pancakes and waffle actually take similar kind of batter, so you can make anything out of it.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
you also suggested some kind of a creative pizza that we can give. Could you please shed some light on that?
Yeah, a lot of kids love pizza, and most of the parents are against it. So, what you can do is you can have your regular roti, and on that roti, use the toppings which pizza has. Usually, the homemade tomato sauce you can use, and the cheese and vegetable toppings, and you can make it in your pan. And yeah, voila, you'll have your pizza for your kid, and they'll be happy eating it.
Yes, very true.
Yeah.
Are there any tricks how we can keep the tiffin meals fresh for a longer time? Because often we put it in the tiffin box while it is still hot and steaming and very appetizing. But by the time our kid opens the tiffin in the school or say anywhere outside, it is all gone cold and soggy and moist. And then it
Mm-hmm.
becomes very unappetizing, and then we see all the tiffin boxes coming back home half eaten. So what are your suggestions to that? Like, how can we keep it fresh and appetizing within the tiffin box?
Okay, so I would suggest, when you're packing your tiffin, let's not pack it when it's super hot. Let it cool down and then you pack your tiffin. Another thing is that suppose you're packing some kind of paratha, very thin paratha, and it will go very hard when it cools down. So in that case, what you can do is you can make same kind of chila. Chila, everybody knows. I mean, the wheat flour and the besan flour, multiple flours chila we can use with the vegetables, and you can wrap it in foil which will keep it fresh. And for
Yeah,
example, suppose apples. If we cut the apples and store in the tiffin box, then they will go brown after
yeah,
some time. So for that, there is one trick which I came across. That is when you cut your apples, just dip them in some cold water and then you store it in your tiffin. They will not go brown. So in that sense, they will also keep be fresh while they have been getting consumed after like 2 3 hours or so.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Also, one question I think we discussed in part but not completely. How can we prepare in advance for tiffin boxes or quick nutritious meals for kids? Meal
Mhm.
preparation.
You mean the first question which we had, as when I said the muffin also.
Yeah. So how can we like meal prep in advance? Are there certain things that you keep ready in your fridge or?
So what I would say, suppose for example, I'll talk in the sense of ingredients. Suppose you have a few ingredients available at your home, and let's say example you have banana. So you can make multiple things out of it. So with banana, you can make banana muffin, you can make banana waffle, you can make banana pancakes, even you can make banana paratha as well with adding jaggery powder in it and the nut powders. So in that sense, you'll have a same kind of batter, but multiple choices you can have in that sense. And even for waffle, as I said, the batter, yes, it can be made in advance, and you can store it in your fridge in airtight container, and that can be used for 2 3 days very well. Yeah, so that would only take like 3 4 minutes for you to prepare the tiffin.
Right. Okay. And are there any tiffin recipes that can be easily modified for different tastes or preferences?
Yes. So, okay. So some kids they do not like savory. Some kids they do not like sweet. I mean, they tend to like more sweeter side of it. So in that sense, suppose I'll take ingredient rava suji. So for that, when we say savory, we can make upma out of it. When we say sweet, we can make a shira or kheer. And also one more point I wanted to add, which I forgot. In your daily meal, you can add ingredients like moringa powder in the savory items. That's very good for your health. For you also, it's very good. It's not that it's just good for kids; it's for adults also. It's very good for the health. So moringa powder, nut powder, these are the things which you can incorporate in all kind of meals, like be it a savory or sweet, that you can do. And again, uh, sorry, can you just come again? The question I just lost from the question. What was the
Yeah.
question?
Can we modify the taste? Are there any tiffin recipes that can be easily modified for different tastes or preferences of children?
Yes. So if then let's again take one example, the paratha only. For paratha also, we can do the same way. We'll have a same batter for paratha because wheat flour is what we'll use for paratha. We'll knead it and everything. Only the stuffing will change.
Hmm.
So in stuffing, you can have sweet stuffing and or savory stuffing. So in savory also, you'll have a beetroot, spinach, aloo, lacha paratha, cheese paratha, paneer paratha, anything. And
Yeah.
for sweet, we can have a sweet potato, and yeah, there are actually a lot of things which you can incorporate with such recipes. And
Right.
we have in India, we have a lot of recipes and a lot of permutation combination which we can do with the food. There is a
Right.
lot.
Yeah. You've almost answered my next question in the same answer, but do you have any more creative ways of sneaking in vegetables in children's food?
Okay, so yeah, you can actually. There is one more dish which I forgot to mention earlier. So my kid, she loves zucchini. Not everybody loves zucchini. So what you can do is, or even say broccoli as well, which is both are the vegetables which are very good for kids. What you can do is you can make fritters, vegetable fritters, zucchini fritters. Then you can combine them with the other vegetables like zucchini carrot fritters and broccoli fritters and like that. So in that sense, you can sneak in the vegetables as well. You can make some egg roll as well, and in that you can add the mashed broccoli inside as well. They won't be able to recognize it. I have
So
tried it.
superb. I'm so going to try all these creative ideas today. So, just for all our viewers, we are quickly going to watch a video of a very innovative recipe shared by Chinmay. Chinmay, would you please say a few words about the recipe that we'll be watching now?
Yes, so the recipe what Shweta is going to share now, it's instant sweet appe. So appe, mostly people know appe is fermented rice and dal recipe, but this one is something which I have done for my kid instantly for her tiffin. So let's watch it, and maybe afterwards I'll tell you how we can tweak it as well for the other recipe idea.
Yes, so let's watch this appe recipe. Excellent. That looked very appetizing. Please tell us more about some more recipes.
Yeah, so I'll tell you with the same batter which I just prepared for this instant sweet appe. You can use the same batter for pancakes. You can just add a little bit of choco chips in it. It will be choco chip banana pancake. If you can thicken it a little bit, it will be your waffle batter. If you can make thinner batter of same thing, it will become a dosa. So, with the same recipe, you can have multiple forms of the same batter, I would say. So, whichever your kid prefers, you can give him or her give him or her the as per their preferences.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it is in the appe form, it looks like a laddu, and then it's a very nice, handy
Yes.
food to eat, also, right?
Yes. If you're following the baby-led weaning technique for your kid to have their meal by their own hands, then this is really nice recipe to go with. It's very
Yes.
easy to hold with their fingers and they can eat it by themselves.
Right. So we are having a lot of comments saying, can we have that recipe? So, Tribers, I will share that on Tribe as soon as we are done with this session. I will share that video on Tribe so that you can all watch it and note down the entire recipe. And you can also follow Chinmay on her handle Chinmay Reviews so that you can follow up on all more exciting recipes that she shares there. So, yeah,
Yes, yeah.
Chinmay
And
can.
just one thing. With dosa, I just remembered one thing. I recently came across one dish. It's famous in South, jackfruit dosa. So right now, jackfruit season is going on. You can introduce, if your kid doesn't like jackfruit, then you can introduce that fruit in the form of dosa as well. The same way, you can ferment the rice for 2 hours and make a batter of it. Make a batter of jackfruit, add jaggery powder, add some nutmeg powder, and make the dosa out of it. It tastes yummy. Trust me, I just tasted it last day.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
So, can we have you share one more magic recipe with us which really works wonders at your place?
So I actually already shared one. The my kid, she loves pancakes, any form of pancakes. So savory pancake or sweet pancake. So whenever she is not in mood of eating anything, then pancake is the savior for us. And another recipe is pasta. Okay, for pasta, I forgot to tell you. You can incorporate pasta as well in the tiffin. And in today's time, there are multiple brands which are coming up with different shaped pastas, which are beetroot or spinach flavored, and the base is semolina, that is rava. Those are semolina pastas which you can cook al dente and make a white sauce, add some cheese, and that is also a very good recipe for tiffin. So that is actually a savior for me as well, along with the pancakes. She loves pasta and pancakes. So
Super.
yes, pasta.
I'm so glad I'll be taking away some really healthy recipes for pizza, pasta, as well as some rolls from here today. And I'll definitely be adding more vegetables in my child's diet from today onwards.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yes,
Don't
more.
forget to give roasted broccoli as well.
Yes, yes, yes. That's one of the best ways of incorporating a good healthy meal for your child. So, do you have any closing thoughts, Chinmay, for today's session?
No, I had really great time talking with you all. And yes, I will try to, I mean, whatever the comments are there, I will try to reply to all of them. And do follow my Insta handle. I'll be sharing these recipes, uh, like, like every week, I'll be sharing the tiffin related recipes now onwards. As from June, the schools are getting started. So do look for it.
Yes. Well, of course, our tribers are going to have lots of more questions as we have more and more people joining in and watching this video. So please make sure you drop in your comments and we will have your questions answered from the expert for the day. So thank you so much, Chinmay, for taking out your precious time and joining us today for this session. Thank you for sharing
Thank
all the knowledge and ideas that you have about a very, very important pain point that parents have. Aaj dabbe mein kya banega?
Yes, yes. And on that note, I like to add one more point. We do tend to forget every day that what should we make today. So there is very good point which you can consider. You can write down at least 10 recipes on a paper, line by line, and just stick it on your fridge. So every day when you wake up and you remember, oh, correct, I have this ingredient today available at my end. So you can go ahead and make that recipe. No need to think on it every day.
Right. Yeah, that's a great idea to have some brain space empty. You don't have to give thought process to it every day.
Yes.
Right. Thank you so much for all the interesting tips. To all the
Thank
tribers,
you.
thank you so much, tribers, for tuning in. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. And stay tuned for more such interesting and exciting sessions just on Parent Right by SuperBottoms. It's a wrap from us today. Thank you so much.